Beloved, welcome. Truly, it matters that you're here with the words of truth. There's something quiet, yet powerful, that needs to settle in your heart today. Not loud, not dramatic, more like a gentle voice that doesn't beg for attention, but somehow refuses to be ignored. In Book of Isaiah 30 verse 15, we're reminded of something deeply countercultural. Salvation is found in returning and resting, and strength is discovered in stillness and trust. Now here's the interesting part. Lately, this truth hasn't arrived like a storm shaking everything in its path. No thunder, no lightning. Instead, it slipped in like a whisper. Soft, steady, unmistakably clear. Don't touch it. If you've been feeling held back, almost like something invisible is stopping you, you're not imagining things. And no, it's not because you're weak. It's actually the opposite. That pause, that restraint, that's wisdom stepping in. Let's be honest, you already know what you could do. You could explain yourself perfectly. You could lay out the truth so clearly that no one could argue. You could defend your name, push forward, make things happen by sheer effort. But every time you get close, something inside you hits the brakes. That inner pull isn't fear trying to shrink you. It's direction trying to guide you. God is asking you to trust Him with the parts that feel incomplete. And yes, I know that's the hardest part. We love finished stories. God sometimes works in unfinished chapters. Because here's the truth. This situation, it's not yours to win through arguments or force. As it says in Book of Exodus 14 verse 14, the Lord fights for you, you just need to be still. And what He's handling behind the scenes, especially in the areas He told you not to touch, will leave you speechless in the best way. So stay still, stay gentle, stay grounded, because strength, real strength, is being built in that silence. And when the moment finally comes, oh, it's going to surprise people. The same people who thought your silence meant you gave up will suddenly realize they misunderstood everything. Your stillness was never defeat. It was focus. You haven't been inactive, you've been attentive, listening carefully in a world that only respects noise. While others rush to speak, to react, to prove something, you chose to wait. And heaven noticed that. Let's be real. The world keeps shouting the same exhausting advice. Move faster, respond immediately, prove yourself, don't let anything slide. It's like everyone's in a competition to be the loudest voice in the room. No wonder so many people are tired. Even the ones who look successful, confident, and happy. Many of them are quietly worn out inside. Because constant motion without purpose doesn't heal, it drains. And something deep within you recognized that pace wasn't meant to restore you. There's a difference, an important one, between being stuck and being held still for a reason. Being stuck drains your energy. Being held still stabilizes you. Some of you are living in that exact tension right now. You typed out the message, then deleted it. You practiced what you'd say in that confrontation, then walked away. You almost reached out again, just to explain yourself one more time. And then something deeper than logic interrupted you. A quiet warning. If you act now, you might complicate what God is already working on. That kind of restraint can mess with your mind a little. You start wondering, am I avoiding things? Am I being too passive? Are people getting away with things they should answer for? But what you called hesitation, heaven calls discernment. In Book of Psalms 37 verse 7, we're told to be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Not because it's easy, but because it's powerful. Waiting isn't weakness. It's trust under pressure. For a long time, maybe you thought faith meant God would step in while you fought beside Him. A kind of team effort, right? But this season is different. The instruction now is sharper, clearer, almost uncomfortable. Step back. Let go. Relax your grip. As Book of Proverbs 20 verse 22 says, don't rush to repay wrong for wrong. Wait, God will handle it. And yes, that kind of waiting feels unnatural. Everything in you wants to jump in, fix the story, protect your image, correct every misunderstanding. But restraint here isn't loss. It's alignment. Think of it like this. Imagine a skilled artist restoring an ancient painting. Every color is delicate. Every detail matters. From the outside, it might look slow, maybe even unfinished. And someone watching might think, Let me help. This looks easy, but one careless touch could ruin something that can never be restored. So the artist says, please don't interfere, not because help isn't appreciated, but because precision matters more than speed. And that's exactly what God has been saying about certain areas of your life. That situation where your name was misunderstood. That relationship that ended without clarity. That opportunity you could chase, force, or manipulate if you really wanted to. The resistance you felt wasn't rejection. It was protection. Because stepping in too soon wouldn't have fixed things. It would have delayed the healing. There's a truth we need to sit with for a moment. One that might stretch your understanding a little. In book of Isaiah 55 verse 8, we're reminded that God doesn't think the way we think, and He doesn't move the way we move. His perspective operates on levels we simply can't reach through effort alone. That means something important. The time you feel slipped through your fingers, it wasn't ignored. The waiting seasons that made you question everything, they were not dismissed. Every quiet night, every moment you stood still when you wanted to act, none of it was wasted. God saw it all. In Book of Lamentations 3 verse 25, we're told that the Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to those who genuinely seek Him. So no, waiting isn't empty when God is involved. It's actually full, just not in the way we're used to measuring. Here's something many people don't talk about. Not every battle is meant to be fought with action. Some battles are won through movement, and others are won through restraint. And right now, this moment you're in, it's one of those rare seasons where stepping back is actually the most powerful move you can make. While you've been holding back, God hasn't been idle. Not even close. He's been arranging conversations you'll never hear, softening hearts you couldn't reach even if you tried your best, closing doors that looked appealing but would have trapped you later, and quietly opening paths that respond only to His timing, not your pressure. And here's the part that might surprise you the most. While you thought He was simply preventing things from getting worse, He was actually preparing something better. Not a small fix, not a half-healed situation. Restoration. The kind that doesn't need defending because it speaks for itself. As Book of Psalms 23 verse 3 says, He restores your soul, and real restoration isn't rushed. It's detailed, intentional, complete. Now let's be honest for a second. Waiting can feel like standing still while everyone else is moving forward. You see people announcing progress, celebrating wins, building momentum, and there you are, feeling invisible. And naturally, the question creeps in. Is my stillness costing me opportunities? But Book of Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 answers that quietly. Everything becomes beautiful in its time. Not early, not forced, not rushed. In its time. Some of you are about to witness something powerful. What it looks like when God defends you without you needing to step in. No long explanations. No endless justifications. No gathering evidence like you're preparing for a courtroom drama. Instead, things will shift on their own. Situations will start speaking for you. Certain people will exit your life without resistance, while others return in ways you didn't expect. Opportunities will align, without you chasing them down like you're in a race. Why? Because your stillness has already said everything that needed to be said, just not in human language. It said, I trust you, even when this feels unfair. I trust you, even when silence is uncomfortable. I trust you enough to release what I was told to let go of. And that kind of trust, it's rare. And yes, God honors it. He didn't ask you to step back to make you smaller. He asked you to step back so that what happens next carries His signature, not yours. So when the truth finally surfaces, when the situation turns, when what once felt like a threat becomes proof of your growth, no one will be able to say you made it happen. It will be obvious. You waited. You stayed grounded. You let God finish what He started. And even now, things are already shifting, even if you can't see it yet. What looks quiet on the surface is actually full of movement underneath. Your obedience has been traveling through time, reaching into moments you thought were lost, gathering pieces you assumed were gone forever. God has been working with a patience that doesn't rush, and a wisdom that doesn't need to announce itself. And what He's preparing, It won't make sense to people who only measure progress by visible effort. They missed the unseen work, but that doesn't mean it wasn't happening. Now here's something gentle but important to understand. When God says, "Don't touch this," He's not asking you to stop caring. He's not telling you to shut down emotionally or pretend nothing affects you. Let's be real, you're human, not a robot. What He's teaching you is something deeper. How to care without attaching yourself to what was never meant for you. He's redirecting your strength. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to force what won't move, He's inviting you to invest your energy into what's already within your reach. Think about it. You may not have changed their perspective, but you chose peace instead of bitterness. That's growth. You may not have forced that opportunity open, but you stayed faithful in the quiet responsibilities that no one applauds. That's character. You may not have corrected every false assumption, but you allowed God to remind you who you are when outside voices got loud. That's identity. And that leads us to a powerful reminder in Book of Isaiah 26 verse 3. Perfect peace belongs to those whose minds stay anchored in trust. Because peace was never about having no struggles. It was about knowing who's in control in the middle of them. Peace, real, steady peace, comes from what you choose to focus on. This season you've been in, this place of holding back, was never about doing nothing. It was about doing what truly matters, at a deeper level than before. Take a moment and look at yourself honestly. You've changed. There was a time when you felt the need to respond to everything. Every comment had to be answered. Every accusation needed a defense. Every delay felt like a personal attack. Back then, reacting quickly felt like strength. But now, something inside you has grown up. You still feel the urge, the rise of emotion, the heat building, the words forming, ready to come out. But instead of releasing them instantly, you pause. You breathe. You choose quiet where you once chose noise. And more importantly, you place that moment in God's hands instead of grabbing control. That's not weakness. That's discipline. That's strength in its most refined form. Learning to wait is not easy, but it's powerful. As Book of Psalms 46 verse 10 reminds us, be still and recognize who God is. Stillness doesn't mean your faith is fading. It often means your faith is at its strongest, because behind the scenes, God has been shaping your inner life, teaching you how to carry strength without wasting it, training you to hold power without reacting impulsively. Silence became your classroom, waiting became your teacher, and little by little, without attention, without applause, you became more stable, more focused, less reactive. This isn't weakness. This is capacity. And now, this is where things begin to shift. The same people who misunderstood your silence, who thought it meant guilt, defeat, or confusion, will eventually see something undeniable. Not because you explained yourself, but because life itself will speak on your behalf. You won't need to prove anything. No long speeches. No endless clarifications. Situations that once made it look like you lost will turn and reveal something surprising. You were being protected all along. Those doors that closed suddenly, they weren't rejection. They were mercy in disguise. And one day you'll experience moments, maybe through a message, an opportunity, or unexpected news, where something clicks deep inside you. If this had happened when I was pushing for it, I wouldn't have been ready. And instead of regret, you'll feel gratitude, because now you'll understand. As it says in Book of Habakkuk 2 verse 3, even if it seems delayed, wait for it. It will arrive exactly when it should. God's timing doesn't rush. It arrives complete. Now here's something important. Restoration doesn't always show up as one big, dramatic moment. Sometimes it's much quieter than that. It looks like momentum you didn't force. Skills you practiced in private suddenly becoming valuable. Growth that felt slow suddenly speeding up. Connections forming naturally without you chasing them. Things that once required effort now unfolding with ease. That's not luck. That's alignment. And sometimes, restoration doesn't even look like success on the outside. Sometimes, it looks like peace. You notice your body isn't carrying the same tension anymore. You're sleeping better. Breathing easier. You're no longer replaying conversations over and over in your mind. That's healing too. That's God restoring what stress, fear, and anxiety tried to take from you. As First Epistle of Peter 5:7 reminds us, release your worries to him, because he genuinely cares about you. Healing isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes, it simply feels like relief you didn't even realize you needed. And as this season continues, you'll notice another shift. The urgency that once controlled you will start to fade. That pressure to rush, to catch up, to prove something, it won't have the same hold on you anymore. You'll still move forward, but with purpose, not panic. You'll take action, but from clarity, not fear of missing out. Deep down, you'll know you can trust God's pace, because He knows how to restore what you thought was gone forever. So if you're in that space right now, that sacred pause, where your hands are off the situation you desperately want to fix, where your heart feels the weight of time passing, hear this clearly. You are not behind. You are not lazy. You are not being punished. You are standing in a moment where God is showing you that His power over your life has always been greater than your control over the situation. So stay where He placed you. Keep your hands off what He told you to release. Focus your faith on what's already in front of you. And when things begin to move, unexpectedly, beautifully, and in ways you never could have planned, you'll finally understand why the stillness was necessary. It wasn't empty. It was intentional. It made room for God to do what only He can do. Thank you for staying with the words of truth and allowing this message to settle into your heart. If this spoke to you, if it brought peace, clarity, or even just a little reassurance in this waiting season, take a quiet moment and write Amen in the comments as your personal sign of trust. And if someone came to your mind while listening, someone who's tired, waiting, or learning how to be still, consider sharing this message with them. Sometimes one reminder can change everything. And if you feel led to continue this journey, stay connected with the words of truth. Let's keep moving forward, calm, steady, and open, trusting that even in the silence, God is still at work. If this message touched your heart and brought you peace, don't stop here. Subscribe to the Words of Truth and become part of a growing journey of faith, clarity, and spiritual strength. Here, every message is designed to uplift you, guide you, and remind you that you are never alone. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of truth that could change your life. Stay connected, because sometimes one word at the right time can make all the difference.